knobs and sitting behind the soundboard for people like Patty.
Now, there's a quote actually from you talking about instead of, you know, hi-hat, snare, bass drum, sniffle from a nose, bark from a dog, acoustic, natural sounds. Is that what you were going for with Download? Or?
We were just going for something a little more natural to what we were as people instead of something which was so separate from what we were trying to do, which was seemingly becoming more theatrical instead of less explorative within the musical genre of what we were trying to explore.
Do you mean Skinny Puppy was becoming too theatrical?
Right, yeah. It was taking away from the actual direction of the concepts of the music in which we were setting the standards for ourselves to explore.
Now, had you started Download during that famous Skinny Puppy California sojourn? Had that already been in the works?
That's where it began, really, in California with Genesis Piorge in a jam one day where we were touching upon music that was really affecting us, but of course it was highly uncommercially viable. It was very, very intense, and I think after that I found it very difficult to admit that we were exploring the right avenues with Skinny Puppy and not really taking advantage of the fact that we had opened a door that we all had a big question mark about.
The label, you're a label at the time, American, that accused you of, to some degree, sabotaging the Puppy album that they were financing by working on this project.
Exactly.
Was that true?
Yeah, that's true. And accusing us of not having the collective incentive, the mind of the money-making organization to want to bring forth some sort of very lucrative album instead of just exactly what it was that we did as musicians.
Well, do you think it undermined Puppy, though? Just
absolutely.
It did?
Oh, absolutely.
Did you know that at the time?
It wasn't so strong at the beginning, but it became ever so stronger as we continued on. It became apparent that we were. It wasn't so much the songs that we came up with. It had to be the final result. It had to be a big money-making event. So yeah, it was a very frustrating position to be in when the whole reason you start making music to begin with is to get away from that. I mean, is to make music that you enjoy and that you believe is true to yourself.
Could you see it in Dwayne that he was losing control?
Yeah, oh, very much so, and it was devastating to witness something that you know you have little control over, restoring the sense of reality to this person up until they're able to walk away for quite some time from this to realize just how fogged they are by the whole situation. That's the big danger of heroin, is that you believe that you're on another reality when in fact you're standing in your own mud.
Why was that scene so fascinated by the dark side of the element? I know both you and I come out of the Joy Division side of electronic music almost.
Well, let's face it, Joy Division, you just said it right there. I mean, who hasn't been moved at one time by music? And I think when you're young, you remember these times and you remember what moved you most. And for me, I guess I was really moved more strongly by darker music that evoked some sort of reaction within me emotionally. So I'm still walking that road.
Is that paralleled by like the Soviet France and some of the other electronic bands during the
I think so, because I think ultimately when you're working in those kinds of musics that don't necessarily rely on the force of or impact of lyrics, then you're getting into non-verbal territories, and there's so much, one has so much innate ability to express all sorts of different powerful feelings through music. I think it's a really powerful method of communication. The evolution of this band has been completely organic. You know, we've never set out any sort of marketing strategy or whatever. It's just happened stage by stage, and it's every stage has felt good, so it feels good to be here right now and doing what we do.
This is a far more positive chapter in your careers, that go out and dance and have fun. And
absolutely, Ken.
Yeah.
It's all about returning to the whole reason why we started making music. It's friends. It's all friends. Everybody in this band is a friend. We tie in together. We have a great time. We're all equal, and we're touching into things that you know are fun-loving, peaceful, and we're expelling a lot of stuff that makes us feel like we're doing the right thing anyway.
In a positive way, putting it through the music.
That's it for this week's show. We haven't rented enough satellite time to do any more stories. So we'll see you next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Beat me up.
Got a couple grand in the